right? Where
Stand
like
for
everybody's like,
something.
fuck,
Stick
hell
with
yeah,
it.
hell yeah, Elon. Like, I love me some Elon. And then, then you got
Oh,
like Sheryl Crow,
dude.
like, I'm getting rid of my Tesla in protest. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, go sit
No
down.
one cares, dude.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
gives a shit about
cares.
what vehicle Sheryl Crow drives. Like, you want to
Oh,
go give it to
yeah.
NPR? Good. You should give it to NPR. And the government should stop funding NPR. Like, because where do you think the government, or where do you think NPR gets a bunch of their funding from? The
That's
government,
true.
right? And it's a
That's true.
super left-wing propaganda machine.
it's-
It's become a joke. Like, stop funding that too. Sheryl Crow can fund that. Good for you. Like,
Hey, there you go.
all about it. All
Yeah.
about it. All about it.
Hey, Sheryl Crow. Hey, I'll take a Tesla too.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, yeah. And I mean, like, it's all these, right? Like, just be. We've said it 1,000 times. Just be normal. Just be cool, man.
Just
Like,
be cool.
Hey, be able to have a conversation. Like, you
Have a
disagree.
conversation.
Like, let's
Disagree with
talk
each
about
other.
it, right? Let's talk about it, right? But the hypocrisy is what is being, I think, like, has been thrown out into the open now. Like, everybody sees it. They see your performative bullshit, right? And the left went so far, right, into the performative bullshit arena that, like, they lost, you know, the center portion of Americans. And the center portion of Americans don't necessarily agree with the right wing of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Right? They just haven't lost their right. Like, hey, man, like, they were able to point out, like, that's a dude, right? Like, and we talked about this, right? Like, they were able to point that out and be like, nope, like, that's not anywhere true or accurate, right? Like, that's a dude. There's a bunch of crazy shit going on, and we're not for it. And most people were like, okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy. Like, that is a
Yeah.
and when you take a 1% issue,
Mm-hmm.
like the Dems have taken, of like, oh, like, we got to go all in on the victimhood, you know, trans, everything. Not just like, hey, man, like, you want to be trans, like, go live your life as trans. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody cares. Go live your best life. I don't care. But, like, stop throwing it in my fucking face every 2 seconds.
Exactly. Man.
Stop calling Stop calling everybody who doesn't agree with you a Nazi. Like, let's stop doing that.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, let's
Just contain your emotions, okay?
just come to the mid, like, come to where the majority of the people are in the middle. Like, you got to shift back. You know, if the Republicans, if the Democrats were able to present some semblance of a centrism, they would be fine. They wouldn't be in a spot where, like, the Democratic Party's what, like 20%, I think, has a approval rating of like 20%. Like, that is the lowest of since they've been keeping score.
Man,
It's wild.
just contain your emotions. Let's find a common denominator and let's have a conversation. Like, you know,
I think,
in the end, realize what team you're on, you know, seriously. And I agree with you. And I think we've discussed this before. It is now turned to where they're no longer like Americans. It's all about the party. It's all about the party, the party,
Yeah.
the party, the party.
And both
You
sides
know,
do
it's
it.
almost like it's a cult, you know?
Oh, yeah. And both sides do it. It's just the majority of Americans are not. The majority of Americans don't want to be in the cult.
Yeah.
Right? I
that's
don't
just
have
what it
any
is.
interest in being in the cult. I don't want to be in a cult. I want to be able
I
to
like
take
being
issue
an
by
American.
issue.
That's it.
Yeah, I want to be able to go issue by issue and have my opinion, make a decision, and move out.
Yeah, and we've
Cool.
said it. We've even said it here. You know, there's no, like, I think that's what, like you, like, Will, you and I, like, definitely, we're like, this is what an American is. You're gonna disagree with you're going to find some stuff you agree with, and you're going to find stuff you disagree with both parties. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find some like, I think we've even said ever since Trump's taken office, we're even like, dude, I don't know if that's a good call. Here's why. Hey, man, I'm asking, I like all this Doge stuff, but dude, what's your plan for this money? What's the plan? You're just starting to really piss me off. You're saving all this money. What's the plan? I'm seeing a lot of cuts. I'm seeing a lot of cuts everywhere. People are losing jobs. It's not sitting too well, though. So you better tell me what their plan. You better at least tell me there is a plan.